and welcome to ET Now. You're watching this very special series, Super Achievers Making New India, powered by VoiceWhat. I'm Sunanda Jayaseelan. Two super achievers in focus tonight. First up is Allcargo. I'm also going to be in conversation with Partex EnV. I caught up with Shashi Kiran Shetty, someone who needs no introduction whatsoever, who has a fantastic personal and professional journey when it comes to just how he's built up the entire logistics space.
Allcargo Logistics is the world's LCL consolidation leader and India's largest integrated logistics solution provider. The company provides logistics solutions across 160 plus countries and one-stop supply chain management solutions. Allcargo is known to offer multimodal integrated logistics and transportation services.
Such a pleasure having you back with us here on the Leaders of Tomorrow, and it's especially exciting because we're in our 10th season. And who better than to speak with entrepreneurs like yourself who've really seen how not just your specific industry, the logistics industry, but India itself has changed. So thank you for taking the time.
You're most welcome, and very happy to be here post-pandemic. World has changed a lot, and we as Allcargo Group have done tremendous work in the last 2 years. We done big strides on domestic play of India's logistics, that is express transportation and contract logistics. And our CFS business have stabilized quite well post-pandemic. Our global business has transformed quite well in the last 2 years, particularly in the area of market coverage and digitalization. Taken very, very strong measures along with McKinsey to transform the group in that direction, and the results is there to be seen. Our performance has gone 3 times, our financial performance, and we're very proud about that. And there are a lot of questions whether it is sustainable, and I think a significant portion of that is sustainable.
Definitely, and every time we've met you, you've always been brimming with enthusiasm and optimism about the space. Before we go any further and discuss some of these details, I want to take a step back and talk about the fact that your personal journey is really what the Leaders of Tomorrow is about. We are speaking with entrepreneurs who aspire to be where you are today. If you can just give us a few, very briefly, in the next 1 or 2 minutes, very briefly, because you've had a really stellar journey, and if you can sort of encompass that into 1 or 2 minutes and say, these are the highlights.
Yeah, 40 years to be compressed in 2 minutes, I'll try my best. I think first of all, the most important thing in entrepreneur's life is about taking decisions at the right time, and post identifying opportunities, of course. And then once taken that courageous decision, then relentlessly work on making it successful in terms of putting the right people in the business, putting the right systems and process in the business, financially managing the business well, and most importantly have a direction which is clear to the entire management, how to execute, how to drive what we are set out to do. I think this is what I can say in a nutshell. Okay,
so that is your legacy, sir.
Yes.
And I want to talk about some information about the company that's been in the news of late, and that is you're looking ahead and saying, what do we want to be in the future? Asset light is something that you've always spoken about. So I want to talk about really the restructuring news that has been playing out of late. Why that move? How is that really going to help, and how is that really going to play out? Just talk to us about the thought process on how this is being played out.
Yeah, I must say that this is primarily driven by creating shareholder value and the other stakeholder value, right? Today we have very senior employees in the company. They all look up to creating value to the organization, so they also in the process benefit. So number one. Number two is with the focus on of the management in running a business which is passionate to them, which we feel that is in our DNA. What is in our DNA is our service standards, quality of service to our customers. We are able to delight our customers, we are able to offer customers a global experience. Being the largest multinational company, in the LCL space, and also of course FCL and air freight, etc. So we wish to give that delightful experience to the customer and continue to build shareholder value, which is possible only when you are a market leader. And we don't want to just remain a market leader, we want to remain a market leader by far. So that's why we are making all the investments on technology, etc. Now, we have moved out from the project logistics business because we feel that it is too much of effort, too much of capital to scale it to a global level.
Okay.
So we sold it.
Sure.
We believe the crane business which we have invested in didn't play out the way we wanted it due to multiple reasons. Let's not go into that. Yeah. So we are, reduce the exposure. We may even exit that business if we have the right valuation for that. And the contract logistics and express business we are investing a lot, and the e-commerce business in the future is about asset light, is about scalability, is about needing minimal capital for the growth, right? Unless we're going to acquire companies, which we have done in the past, but we never put too much of money in those acquisitions.
Okay. So speaking of looking ahead in the future, one thing that you have done, and this is in the work still, but it's a global case study, is how you've been able to use digital and transform yourselves using digital, both at the front end and the back end. Just help us understand that.
Yeah, listen, I think the new age companies, what have they done? Yeah. What they have done is brought visibility to customers about the movement of the shipments and the cost and speed in execution. Correct? We believe that we are very good in speed of execution in what we do, and we have a very strong global system, which is one system across the world, which gives a visibility, and we have the energy in the organization to transform ourselves. So when we want to transform ourselves, what do? First of all, to begin with, what we built is a great platform, which the new age companies also do, right? So this platform gives you complete visibility on the entire journey of the shipments from place A to place B, and then it also gives you a tariff, global tariff, to the 4,000 trade lanes we operate all over the world every week. Okay. We have a sailing happening every week. So we have a tariff there, and we have the booking platform for customers to book from any corner of the world, any part of the day or the night. So it's almost like sun doesn't set in our company. And we have that tool already provided to the customers, and almost 60-70% of our shipments now come online. Customers don't have to call us, customers don't have to send us emails. They just have to log into 360 and they get the tariff, they get the status of their shipment. So, so that's where we see the future. And now post, this is an ongoing process. Yeah. And what we also wish to achieve is through data analytics. We have an enormous amount of data which can give us directions about how do we route the shipments, how do we take some important decisions about the way we run the business on a day-to-day basis to the entire senior management, and the route optimization, cost optimization, customer profitability, which customer has which shipment in which season and which part of the world, etc. So we are trying to build that engine within the organization, and we have done fairly well on that. That's the second. And the third is we also know that by having the right kind of a talent and the organization, we can significantly improve the productivity of our people so that they don't have to get caught in the mundane activities. Sure. Is the other very important thing that we are trying to do.
And some part of this, I understand, is being driven by your next generation, your son who's actively involved in the business. Yes. How is he learning the ropes, and how is he ensuring that, and how are you ensuring that in a legacy business such as yours, you're having these fresh ideas, if I can call it, really being integrated?
Right. Even it is a legacy business, I think we are a very young organization. Our average age in the company is 29, 30 or something like that. Okay. And, I had the fortune to get my son involved in the business in the very young age. I started to copy him on my emails. I invited him to meetings whenever he's got the break. I used to send him articles to read. So he got very interested in the business. He traveled with me in the world while he was in the university. So soon after university, he said that I'm not going to work anywhere, I'm going to come and work here. So I had no challenge of getting him to join the business whatsoever. And he just loved the work what he does, and and the timing was perfect because that's exactly the time we were moving in the digital journey. And like I told you, we worked McKinsey to help us in a 18 to 20, almost 24 months program, which is a full-time program, to work with the senior management. My son was very integral part of the whole transformation program with them.
You're an avid golfer, and through your philanthropy work, you're also working very closely with aspiring golfers, and you've golfed, I understand, pretty much all over the world in the most scenic locations. Why is it important for you, and could you talk to us about the philanthropic work that you're doing through your golf?
The recent, my engagement with the NITI, National Institution of Industrial Engineering, has been a most enjoyable and accomplishing assignment that the Government of India nominated to me by surprise. I was not even aware that I am going to be appointed the chairman of this prestigious institution like that. I've been sponsoring golf tournaments for quite some time. As I was talking to a few people in the golfing world, I came to know that there are some very, very good talent there. Then I decided to only support the young, budding, talented lady golfers, Neha Singh, Pranavi Aras, and Avni Prashant.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Time for a quick break. When we come back, our second super achiever in focus tonight is Partex EnV. Welcome back. With us here on ET Now, in focus is Partex EnV. A very special conversation tonight with the founding team of Partex EnV, talking to us amongst other things about AI, tech, and also healthcare, and their focus on it. Listen in.
Partex EnV is a platform of businesses that operate in the area of life sciences, healthcare, and deep tech. With a unique approach that focuses on three main building blocks of data, AI, and assets, Partex wants to become a digital pharma. Partex is striving to innovate for patients, customers, and partners on different levels.
Gunjan, thanks for your time, and I want to start today's interview and conversation by talking about Partex and why there has been a need for a digital pharma platform.
Healthcare industry requires a transformation. Each year, $200 billion are spent by big pharma on research and development, and we get only 50 novel drug approvals each year. That's $4 billion spent per novel drug approval each year. At the same time, the redundancy in innovation is extremely high. A university starts an experiment today, it fails, and a second university or a research institute would start the same experiment some kilometers away. Not just in India, in Europe, in every country in the world. The story remains the same.
Sure.
Patients are rendered helpless. They suffer with information asymmetry. When someone is diagnosed with a life-threatening disease such as cancer, they all call their friends and family to find out who the top expert for his or her cancer type and disease state is. What are the alternatives with respect to therapies? Where are clinical studies taking place where they could participate in and have a chance of survival? With all of this, we also know medical knowledge is doubling itself every 73 days. Mountains and mountains of exploding data, and an industry that remains in the Middle Ages. It's a no-brainer that with AI, artificial intelligence, and deep tech, we can transform this industry. Healthcare industry is calling for transformation. Someone has been repurposing drugs, someone has been trying to automate certain processes. Some other companies have been looking at annotating data and preparing it for artificial intelligence to fasten drug discovery and development. We saw similar movement in other industries as well. In automotive industry, big original equipment manufacturers, OEMs invested in battery technologies, new drive chain technologies, and what you saw was Tesla coming from nowhere with its current market cap more than the combined market cap of the top 10 automotive manufacturers. It happened in banking with N26 and Revolut. We believe Partex would be the next digital pharma. It would be a Tesla for the healthcare industry. Why do we say so? The three most important constituents of the healthcare value chain are covered by Partex: data, decision making, and drug assets. I grew up in India, went to Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, and eventually landed up, as luck had it, in Germany, wherein I did my PhD and worked for consulting companies, Boston Consulting Group and Ernst & Young. When my first boss and a very dear friend was diagnosed with a life-threatening disease, that was the first time I saw hopelessness staring right into my eyes.
Okay.
And that's the trigger that started this journey in creating Partex, the first digital pharma globally that we are continuously building for an impact on humanity's longevity and health.
In Partex, I understand you are finding solutions for those challenges that are very complex and haven't found a solution so far. What drives you and gives you that kind of passion, Gunjan?
Simon Sinek says, why has to be at the core. For any company, for any endeavor, it's important that the purpose sits right at the core. We are truly driven with the ambition of creating an impact on humanity's health. We want to reduce the clinical trials failure rates by 50%. We want to launch 10 to 15% more drugs each year, and not just do that by our own, but enabling other companies,
Sure.
other partners, in order to get that scale. And we want to create an ecosystem with the Amrit ecosystem, wherein patients can monetize their own data to avail different services.
In Partex, I understand you are finding solutions for those challenges that are very complex and haven't found a solution so far. What drives you and gives you that kind of passion, Gunjan?
For decision making, you need data. Decision making can be optimized, can be made more efficient, faster, using artificial intelligence. But even for that, you need data. The entire world today is annotating data together manually, putting it, aggregating it together, and supplying it to big pharmas and biotechs. Where does this data originate from? It originates from patients. Why should patients not get the lion's share of the value that their data holds? Imagine a paradigm where any patient can license his or her data directly to a drug discovery program.
Sure.
With what they can get in lieu of that, which is Amrit, they could avail not just treatment but also various services that they need at that specific stage of their disease, be it a second opinion, be it information around who are the experts, what the alternatives are, or if there is an opportunity to participate in a clinical study. That's what Amrit ecosystem is all about. It's healthcare by the patients, for the patients. And no wonder we have a tremendous brand ambassador in Yuvraj Singh, the god of cricket, for the Amrit ecosystem.
Acquiring drug assets from big pharma and bringing them to a completely different level, that takes a high level of innovation. What is that process like, Gunjan? Can you talk to us about that?
There are three factors that give us that confidence. One is technology. We apply technology to see in real time what the best clinical development path for any drug and candidate could be. There are hundreds of drug candidates in big pharma pipelines, and they do portfolio reviews, but these reviews take time. They do once a year, once every 18 months, once every 2 years. With the technology that we have, we could do it at almost real time.
Sure.
As medical knowledge is doubling itself at a very rapid pace, the extant evidence changes very quickly. And very important, we are not just looking at our own drug discovery pipeline. We are looking at all potential drugs that could be combined with this specific drug candidate.
Amit is here with us on the show as well. Amit, what can you tell us about the kind of work that's really happening out of this office?
Well, we are trying to build a truly digital pharma company. In the pursuit of doing so, we built a decision support platform called OntoSite. This platform is the world's largest auto-scaling knowledge graph. It's built over 32 million strong ontology of unique biomedical entities, which runs over 200 million plus pages of content, generating over 1 trillion connections.
Okay.
So when you actually combine all of this and put the AI at scale, it starts to solve very complex problems that the pharma faces today, such as predicting the success, probability of success of a clinical trial,
Sure.
or repurposing a drug, or even identifying a novel biomarker for a specific condition, and so on and so forth.
The area that you are working in is very niche, Amit, and I'm curious to understand how you manage to find and attract the kind of talent for such a niche area.
We hire our talent from the top institutes in the country. Our talent pool includes data scientists, top engineers, as well as medical experts, such as PhDs, physicians, as well as surgeons in some cases.
Sure.
Quite honestly, it has been a learning experience even for us to retain such a high talent and keep them motivated all the times. We have nurtured a culture very unique to us, which is work hard and play hard. As you would have noticed by now on the floor, the play zone is right in the center of the office premises. People can take constructive breaks, can go and play a game of TT, foosball, challenge their colleagues over a game of chess, and many things can happen and bondings can take place when they come together and play.
We understand you have several technology patents that have been granted. How do you ensure that you're maintaining this very innovation-centric work culture?
Well, I would like to attribute primarily to innovation-driven work culture. You would be surprised to know that of the 62 patent grants that we have so far, a vast majority of them indeed are in the names of those who haven't even finished 5 years of their career. Why did this happen? It's because when we give them very complex tasks to solve, it makes them think out of the box.
Sure.
And thinking out of the box starts to generate newer ideas. And once these newer ideas come to the forth, we immediately put them up for our patentability checks.
All right, Amit, thanks for your time. Out of time on tonight's conversation. If you have any feedback for us, do let us know. Our details on your screens as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.